Look down at your keyboard right now. It's probably the tool you touch more than anything else you own. You've used it to text people you love, apply for jobs, write essays at 2 a.m., argue with total strangers. It might be the single most used object in your entire life. And yet, nobody designed it to make sense. QWERTY, not A, B, C. Not even close. It looks like someone dropped a bag of Scrabble tiles down a staircase and just left it there. Here's the question nobody asks, because we've all just accepted it. Why does the most important tool of the digital age look like an accident? Stick around, because the real answer involves jammed machinery, panicking telegraph operators, a sales gimmick, and a mistake we've all been copy-pasting for over 150 years. Before QWERTY, there was a version that made perfect sense. A, B, C, straight down the line, built by an inventor racing to create the first typewriter fast enough to keep up with human handwriting. For a moment, it worked. Buyers could hunt for a letter without much trouble. The layout matched the way we're taught to think. Then people started typing fast, and the whole thing came apart. Here's what was happening under the hood. Every key was wired to a thin metal arm called a type bar, resting in a semicircle just beneath the page. Press a key, the arm swings up, strikes the ribbon, falls back. One motion, one letter. But in English, certain letters live next to each other constantly. T and H, E and R. On an alphabetical keyboard, those letters sat close together, which meant their metal arms sat close together too, coiled like springs waiting to collide. So type a simple word like "the" fast enough, and two arms fire almost simultaneously, racing upward from neighboring slots, missing their timing, and slamming into each other mid-swing. They lock, they jam, and now you're not typing. You're digging ink off your fingertips, untangling a metal knot, losing a full minute to save 2 seconds. Multiply that by every fast typist every single day. The machine built to save time was actively sabotaging itself. So the inventor tore the whole layout apart and started over, with one rule this time: the letters that attack each other in real words need to be as far apart as physically possible. But mechanical jams weren't the only fire being fought. At the same time, a completely different group had started using these machines: telegraph operators, whose entire job was listening to a stream of dots and dashes and typing the translation instantly, with zero room to pause and think. For them, the danger wasn't jamming, it was mishearing. Certain Morse code sounds are dangerously close to each other under pressure, and on an alphabetical keyboard, the letters they translated to could be scattered on opposite sides of the machine. One split-second mishearing, one wrong flick of the wrist, and the whole message was garbled. So letters kept shifting, not just to dodge collisions, but to sit closer to the sounds operators were most likely to confuse. Moved by real complaints from real people whose paychecks depended on getting it right, fast. By the early 1870s, after years of this constant tug-of-war, the layout had been rearranged into something almost unrecognizable, scattered, illogical to the eye, but finally, quietly, working. Quick gut check. Look at the top row of your keyboard. Try spelling one specific word using only that row. Typewriter. Every letter's right there. Not an accident, a sales trick. Salesmen would type that word at lightning speed across a single row to wow buyers on the showroom floor. A marketing stunt from the 1870s, still hiding in plain sight on every keyboard on the planet. The layout took off. A major manufacturer mass-produced it. Typing schools built entire courses around it. Millions of people trained their hands to move a very specific way without ever questioning why. Then, decades later, something happened that should have ended this whole story. Computers arrived. No metal arms, no type bars, no collisions. The mechanical problem this entire chaotic layout was built to solve, gone. Deleted overnight, technologically speaking. Nothing left to jam, nothing left to fight against. And humanity had a clean shot at fixing it. There were even better layouts already designed, engineered specifically to move your fingers less and type faster, tested and proven to beat the one you're using right now. We didn't switch. Not because the old layout was better, because by then, unlearning it was more painful than living with it. Millions of trained hands. Entire industries built around one arrangement. Undoing it all would have cost more than the mistake itself. So the mistake stayed, and it's still here. Every text you send, every email, every comment, you're using a fix for a machine that stopped existing over a century ago. A solution to a problem your keyboard doesn't even have anymore, frozen into your hands by habit. It's not a design, it's a fossil, and somehow it's still quietly running the modern world. Next time someone says the past doesn't shape the present, hand them your keyboard. If you like digging up the hidden backstory of everyday objects, subscribe. This is only the beginning. I'll see you in the next one.